Hey folks, you remember the reason I got into this in the first place was to create procedural snakeskin that was fast and quick to apply to any surface. So anyway, I've built the controller for it using Voronoi meshing, which has the nice side effect of it really looks sort of reptilian. So while it's not technically snakeskin, it definitely does look a bit reptilian. Right, so let's carry on with showing you how it goes. So I'm going to just sweep one that rail with these curves, and let's say that that's going to represent our snake body, lizard body, reptilian, whatever the hell it is. Alright. Of course now we need an input surface, so I'm just going to plug that in there. Give it a second. Alright, now what it does sometimes, I'm not entirely sure how to control this, is if it flows it towards the inside, just flip the direction of your surface so it flops it around the outside. Alright, and I'll give you a little bit of info about how the builder works. So of course the number of scales is the important thing, but the more scales you use, the more work there is and the slower this builder becomes, so you need to just be a little wary of that. I'll show you what I mean. So if we set the maximum range for this to 250 and then try to drag this up that high, it is going to get nicer in that you're going to get far more scales and it's going to definitely look a lot more snaky. But of course, because now there's more bits and pieces that have to play the game together, everything's going to be slowed down a lot. Alright, so anyway, other parts of this controller is thickness, so you can determine the thickness of the build, and then a random seed, which will just randomly draw these lines in different directions. I'll see if I change it to something else. If you watch what happens on the screen, you see it just changes the way that it's drawn. Come on. It's literally just for those of you who understand random seeding, this is just a different seed for the way that it lays out the initial grid that it's using to create this procedural snakeskin, or reptile skin, whatever the hell it is we want to call it. And then of course there's the gap. The gap works on a percentage of the original size of the scale. Each scale is represented as 100%, and at the moment the gap is the scale multiplied by 0.93. So if I bring that down, the gap's going to get bigger. So you may want more gap, less gap. You might want to take it over a 3D coat to give it a wish wash and make it look more sort of, I don't know, reptilian, whatever the hell it is that you're after. For the projects that I built this for, it works beautifully. Okay, and you get a nice random organic. When I say random organic, if that's even a way of saying anything, you've got something that you can work with that looks organic, although it's procedurally drawn. Anyway, so it was a bit of fun playing with that. Let me bake this so you can have a look at let's bake those goods and close this down. File, let me just save that document and close this. Right, let's grab our goodies out of there. Come on. I moved my surface. Let me just move my surface away in a second. Of course, what it's done is it's moved my made up scales along with what I just baked. So let the made up scales just run away quickly. Alright, and then there's your rhino scales. So you could take those into 3D coat now and you could give them a bit of a wish wash. You could try meshing it out in rhino and see how you go. Let's have a look if Rhino Smooth will even that out. I haven't actually tested this myself. I literally finished this a couple of minutes ago. Okay, let's dump those and let's run a Smooth on them. again, and again. Just render up that viewport. Yeah. I reckon if you took that into ZBrush or into 3D Code, you'd have beautiful procedural snakeskin. Anyway, if anyone's interested in the builder, give me a shout. Cheers, Chris out.